Have you ever been woken in the middle of the night by a sudden stabbing pain in your leg? That sharp cramp that makes you grab your calf, rub it hard, and wait helplessly for the pain to ease. If you're over 60, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Nighttime leg cramps are one of the most common complaints among seniors, and they don't just disturb sleep, they also make walking, climbing stairs, or even standing up from a chair feel harder than it should. Most people blame dehydration, aging, or low potassium. And yes, those can be factors. But here's something you don't often hear. The foods you eat every single day may be secretly setting you up for cramps. Some foods quietly drain your body of key minerals, like magnesium and calcium, while others keep your muscles locked in a cycle of tightness. On the other hand, the right foods can relax your muscles, restore circulation, and give you a night of calm, cramp-free sleep. The surprising truth is that it doesn't take complicated supplements or expensive treatments to turn things around. By cutting out just 5 common foods and replacing them with 5 simple, senior-friendly choices, you can dramatically reduce painful leg cramps. Imagine getting through the night without jolting awake from a spasm. Imagine enjoying a walk in the park without that sudden seizing in your calf. These aren't far-off dreams, they're small changes you can start today. In this video, we'll uncover why leg cramps become more common after 60. The 5 foods you should avoid if you want to calm your muscles, and the 5 foods doctors often recommend to naturally reduce cramps. Most importantly, I'll give you a clear, simple action plan to put this into practice without giving up. The meals you enjoy. So stay with me until the end, because by the time we finish, you won't just understand what causes cramps. You'll know exactly how to eat in a way that keeps them away. Leg cramps can feel random, but they almost never happen without a reason. For seniors, the causes often come down to how the body changes with age. After 60, muscles lose some of their elasticity. Think of them like old rubber bands. They don't stretch and rebound the way they used to. This makes them more likely to tighten suddenly and painfully. Another big factor is circulation. As we age, arteries can stiffen and blood flow may slow down. Less blood reaching the muscles means less oxygen and fewer nutrients delivered where they're needed most. When that happens, muscles fatigue faster and are more likely to spasm. It's one of the reasons why cramps often hit at night when circulation naturally slows while you're lying down. Minerals also play a starring role. Magnesium, calcium, and potassium are like the relax and release team for your muscles. Magnesium helps the muscle fibers calm down after contracting. Calcium allows them to contract smoothly. And potassium keeps the electrical signals flowing, so the system works in rhythm. Without enough of these minerals, the balance breaks down. Your muscles may contract, but struggle to relax, which is exactly what the cramp feels like. Here's the challenge. As we age, our intestines don't absorb these minerals as efficiently. Even if you're eating the same meals you always did, your body may not be pulling out as much nutrition. And if you're taking common medications like diuretics for high blood pressure or certain heart drugs, those can flush magnesium and potassium right out of your system. It's like trying to fill a bathtub when the drain is left open. Hydration adds another layer. Seniors often feel less thirsty, so it's easy to go through the day slightly dehydrated without realizing it. Muscles need water to keep electrolytes dissolved and balanced. Without enough fluid, signals between nerves and muscles get scrambled, and cramps strike more often. Diet is the hidden culprit many overlook. Processed foods, sugary snacks, or too much salty convenience food can all interfere with your mineral balance. Over time, that imbalance builds silently, until one night, snap, your calf or foot locks up in agony. Let me give you a real-life example. Margaret, a 67-year-old retired teacher, struggled with nightly leg cramps for years. She thought it was just part of getting older, but after reviewing her habits, her doctor noticed she drank little water, loved packaged snack foods, and took a diuretic for blood pressure. By gradually drinking more water, cutting back on processed snacks, and adding magnesium-rich leafy greens, she saw her cramps drop from almost every night to once every few weeks. The changes weren't dramatic, but the results were. Put all these pieces together, and it's no wonder Cramps become more common after 60 short, muscles less flexible, circulation weaker, minerals harder to absorb, hydration lower, and diet often not supporting muscle health the way it should. The good news is that each of these factors can be influenced. You can't turn back the clock on aging, but you can absolutely change what goes on your plate. And that's where we start making progress, by looking at the foods that are quietly working against you. Before we get to the foods that help, we need to talk about the foods that harm. Because if you keep eating the wrong things, no amount of stretching or supplementation will fully protect you. So let's start with the 5 foods you should avoid if you want calmer, healthier muscles after 60. 5 foods seniors must avoid for cramps. Now that we understand why cramps become more common after 60 bouts, it's time to look at what might be making the problem worse. Many seniors don't realize that certain everyday foods are quietly draining their muscles of strength and balance. If you want to stop cramps, these are the top 5 foods to cut back on. 1. Processed meats, hot dogs, bacon, sausages, deli slices. They may be convenient, but they're loaded with sodium and preservatives. Too much sodium throws off your electrolyte balance, forcing your body to flush out potassium to compensate. Without enough potassium, your muscles lose their rhythm and seize up. The preservatives, especially nitrates, also stiffen blood vessels, making circulation weaker. If cramps wake you up often, cutting back on these meats is one of the simplest steps you can take. 2. Sugary drinks, soda, sweetened iced tea. Even so-called energy drinks are often packed with sugar. High sugar levels cause spikes and crashes in insulin, which drain magnesium stores from your body. Over time, this leaves your muscles restless and irritable. Many seniors don't connect their nightly cramps with that afternoon soda, but the link is real. The caffeine often hidden in energy drinks makes the problem worse by increasing fluid loss. Switching to water, sparkling water with lemon, or herbal teas can make a huge difference. 3. Refined carbohydrates, white bread, white rice, pastries. These may comfort the taste buds, but they work against your muscles. Like sugary drinks, refined carbs spike blood sugar quickly, then drop it, leaving your body scrambling to stabilize. In the process, essential minerals get depleted. Think of it as stealing fuel from your muscles just when they need it most. A better choice is whole grains that release energy slowly and help preserve balance. If you've ever noticed cramps coming on after a big pasta dinner or a sweet dessert, that blood sugar swing may have been part of the reason. 4. Excessive caffeine. A morning coffee or tea is fine, but relying on cup after cup to get through the day can backfire. Caffeine is a diuretic, meaning it pushes water and minerals out through urine. For someone already at risk of dehydration, this makes cramps more likely. Many seniors drink coffee throughout the day without realizing that each extra cup may be draining the very electrolytes their muscles need to stay relaxed. And it's not just coffee, iced tea, chocolate, and even some pain relievers contain caffeine. If cramps are a problem, try limiting coffee to the morning and replace the rest with water or decaf. 5. Alcohol. This is a big one. Alcohol not only dehydrates the body, but also interferes with how your muscles absorb and use magnesium and potassium. Even moderate drinking in the evening can set you up for night cramps. For seniors, alcohol also weakens circulation and disrupts sleep cycles, creating a double hit. You're more likely to cramp, and you wake up more tired. If you enjoy a drink, keep it occasional and balanced with plenty of water. These 5 categories, processed meats, sugary drinks, refined carbs, too much caffeine, and alcohol, don't seem dangerous in small amounts. But day after day, they create the perfect storm for cramps. Poor circulation, dehydration, and drained minerals. I've seen this firsthand. James, a 72-year-old grandfather, loved his morning bacon, afternoon soda, and several cups of coffee. By evening, his calves would tighten so badly he sometimes had to pace the living room just to stretch them out. When he cut back on soda and switched his bacon to lean grilled chicken, the cramps didn't disappear overnight, but within a few weeks, they became far less frequent. He told me the best part wasn't just sleeping better, it was being able to play with his grandkids without worrying about his legs seizing up. And James isn't alone. Ruth, age 69, had a habit of drinking sweet iced tea all day long. She thought it was healthier than soda, but the sugar and caffeine added up. When her doctor suggested she swap half of her daily tea for plain water, she noticed two changes. She felt less bloated, and her nightly calf cramps almost vanished. What seemed like a harmless drink was actually fueling her discomfort. This is why awareness matters. Sometimes the foods or drinks we see as harmless or even comforting can silently work against us. The key is not to feel deprived, but to feel empowered. Every time you skip the soda or pass on that extra coffee refill, you're giving your muscles a chance to breathe, relax, and recover. And here's the exciting part. Once you clear out the harmful foods, your body is ready to benefit from the right ones. Because just as some foods drain you, others nourish and protect you. In fact, there are 5 powerful foods that can restore mineral balance, relax your muscles, and keep cramps from returning. Stay tuned, because in the next section we'll dive into exactly which foods seniors can add to their plates today to fight cramps naturally. 5. Foods to eat for stronger, calmer muscles. If avoiding the wrong foods takes pressure off your muscles, then adding the right foods gives them the tools to stay strong and relaxed. These aren't exotic superfoods. You don't have to hunt them down in specialty stores. They're simple, affordable, and easy to add to your daily meals. Here are the 5 most powerful choices. 1. Leafy greens, spinach, kale, Swiss chard. These greens are nature's magnesium boosters. Remember, magnesium is the mineral that helps your muscles relax after a contraction. Without it, muscles get stuck and cramp. A single cup of cooked spinach delivers nearly 40% of your daily magnesium needs. Greens also contain calcium and vitamin K, which protect your bones and circulation. Try adding a handful of spinach to scrambled eggs, blending kale into a smoothie, or sautéing Swiss chard with garlic as a side dish. 2. Bananas and other potassium-rich fruits. Bananas get all the attention, but they're not the only source of potassium. Oranges, cantaloupe, and avocados are also excellent. Potassium works like an electrician, keeping the signals between nerves and muscles steady. Without enough, your muscles misfire and spasm. Eating 1 banana a day is a good start, but mixing in a variety of potassium-rich fruits ensures balance. Ruth, the 69-year-old who cut back on iced tea, started having half a banana with breakfast and a few slices of cantaloupe after dinner. Within weeks, she noticed her legs felt calmer at night. 3. Nuts and seeds, almonds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. They may be small, but they pack a mineral punch. These foods deliver magnesium, zinc, and healthy fats that reduce inflammation in the muscles. Just a small handful of almonds provides a steady release of energy and helps calm muscle irritability. Pumpkin seeds are especially powerful. They contain more magnesium per ounce than almost any other food. Sprinkle them on salads, blend them into smoothies, or simply snack on them in the afternoon instead of chips. 4. Fatty fish. Salmon, sardines, and mackerel are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Why does that matter? Omega-3s improve circulation by keeping blood vessels flexible, allowing more oxygen and nutrients to reach your muscles. They also reduce inflammation, which means less stiffness and tightness. Many seniors who add fatty fish to their diet report not only fewer cramps, but also less joint pain overall. Aim for 2 servings a week, grilled, baked, or even canned options work. If fish isn't your favorite, omega-3 fortified eggs are a good alternative. 5. Yogurt and other dairy or fortified alternatives. Calcium is essential for muscle contractions, but it has to work hand in hand with magnesium and potassium. Without calcium, the muscle fibers can't contract smoothly. Yogurt is one of the easiest ways to get high-quality calcium, along with probiotics that support digestion and help your body absorb nutrients more efficiently. If you're lactose intolerant, look for calcium-fortified plant-based yogurts made from almond, soy, or oat milk. Pairing yogurt with fruit gives you a double boost calcium plus potassium in one simple snack. When you put these foods together, you're building a natural defense system against cramps. Leafy greens for magnesium, fruits for potassium, nuts and seeds for balance, fatty fish for circulation, and yogurt for calcium. Each plays a role, but the real power comes from combining them. Take Margaret, the retired teacher who struggled with nightly cramps. After reducing processed snacks, she began adding a spinach salad for lunch, a small yogurt in the afternoon, and salmon once a week. Within a month, she told her friends she finally slept through the night without waking from leg pain. Her story shows that change doesn't have to be dramatic, it just has to be consistent. Here's a curiosity to keep in mind. Many people think bananas alone will fix cramps. They help, but without magnesium from greens, calcium from dairy, and circulation support from omega-3s, the benefit is limited. That's why this team approach works better than any single food. So the takeaway is clear. Don't just focus on avoiding the bad, feed your muscles with the good. In the next section, I'll show you how to put these swaps into practice with a simple daily action plan, so you'll know exactly what to eat and when for the best results. If this is starting to make sense, and you're finding these tips helpful, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a quick comment below. Tell me which food surprised you the most so far. Was it the processed meats, the sugary drinks, or maybe you already eat bananas every day? Your feedback not only helps me, it also gives other seniors encouragement that they're not alone in this journey. And if you're enjoying this video, please give it a like. It really supports the channel and tells YouTube to share this with more people who need it. And don't forget to subscribe to Senior Vic Health, because every week I bring you practical, science-backed health tips designed especially for people over 60. Think of it as your personal guide to staying active, strong, and independent. So hit that like button, share your experience in the comments, and make sure you're subscribed so you won't miss the next step in this simple roadmap. Now that you know which foods to avoid and which foods to add, the real question is, how do you put it all together in daily life? The good news is that it doesn't require complicated meal plans or giving up everything you enjoy. It's about simple swaps and building routines that support your muscles day after day. Let's walk through a clear action plan. Step 1. Morning routine. Start your day hydrated. Before your morning coffee or tea, drink a glass of water with a squeeze of lemon. This wakes up your digestion and restores fluid lost overnight. If you're used to grabbing toast or a pastry for breakfast, try replacing it with a bowl of yogurt topped with banana slices and a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds. In one simple meal, you get calcium, potassium, magnesium, and protein. Step 2. Smart lunch choices. At lunch, aim to add leafy greens. A spinach or kale salad topped with grilled chicken or salmon gives you both minerals and circulation support. If you prefer a sandwich, swap white bread for whole grain and add lettuce, tomato, and avocado. These swaps keep your energy steady and help prevent the afternoon sugar crash that often sets the stage for cramps later. Step 3. Afternoon snack. This is when many seniors reach for soda, cookies, or chips. Instead, keep a small container of almonds or sunflower seeds handy. Pair it with an orange or a few slices of cantaloupe for a refreshing, potassium-rich boost. This combination stabilizes your blood sugar and provides steady energy without robbing your muscles of minerals. Step 4. Evening dinner. Dinner is the perfect time to fit in fatty fish like salmon, sardines, or mackerel. Pair it with steamed vegetables and a side of brown rice or quinoa for a balanced, mineral-rich meal. If you don't like fish, roasted chicken with a side of sautéed leafy greens works beautifully. What matters most is combining protein, healthy fats, and magnesium-rich vegetables. Step 5. Before bed. Leg cramps love to strike at night, so a calming bedtime ritual helps. Drink a small glass of water or warm herbal tea without caffeine. If you like a light snack, try a small serving of yogurt or half a banana. This combination of hydration, calcium, and potassium can reduce the chance of waking up with a painful spasm. Step 6. Lifestyle add-ons. Food is powerful, but it works even better with a few lifestyle habits. Gentle stretching before bed loosens tight muscles. Staying active during the day improves circulation, and spacing water intake evenly rather than drinking large amounts all at once keeps your body balanced. Think of these habits as the glue that holds the food strategy together. When you stack these steps, morning hydration, balanced meals with greens and protein, smart snacks, omega-3 rich dinners, and a calming bedtime ritual, you create a daily rhythm that keeps your muscles nourished, relaxed, and far less likely to cramp. Remember James, the grandfather who cut back on bacon and soda? When he added spinach salads, almonds, and salmon dinners, his cramps went from daily to rare. He didn't follow a complicated plan. He just built these swaps into his normal routine. And that's the beauty of this action plan. It's realistic, sustainable, and designed for seniors who want to feel better without stress. Now, some of you might be wondering, but what about bananas? Aren't they supposed to cure cramps on their own? Or isn't drinking more salt water a quick fix? In the next section, we'll clear up these common myths and FAQs so you don't waste time on half-truths that keep you stuck. When it comes to leg cramps, there are plenty of myths that confuse seniors. Let's clear up a few of the most common ones. Myth 1. Bananas alone cure cramps. It's true that bananas are rich in potassium, which helps nerve and muscle function. But cramps usually involve more than just low potassium. They're often linked to low magnesium, dehydration, and poor circulation. Bananas can help, but relying on them alone is like fixing one tire on a car when all four need air. The real solution is a balanced mix of magnesium, potassium, calcium, and hydration. Myth 2. Just drink more water. Hydration matters, but water alone doesn't replace minerals lost through diet or medication. Many seniors dutifully drink extra water, but still cramp because their meals lack magnesium or calcium. Think of water as the delivery truck. It only works if the truck is carrying the right supplies. That's why combining fluids with mineral-rich foods is the true fix. Myth 3. Salt prevents cramps. Some people believe adding more salt to food will solve the problem. While athletes who sweat heavily may need extra sodium, most seniors already consume too much from processed foods. Extra salt can worsen blood pressure and actually increase mineral imbalance. What your muscles really need is less processed sodium and more natural electrolytes from whole foods. Myth 4. Cramps are just part of aging. Yes, cramps become more common with age. But that doesn't mean you're powerless. We've seen how simple changes avoiding trigger foods, adding nutrient-rich options, staying active can dramatically reduce cramps. Age sets the stage, but your choices decide the outcome. So don't fall for the myths. With the right food and habits, painful leg cramps don't have to be just part of getting older. Let's wrap this up. Leg cramps after 60 aren't just a nuisance. They steal sleep, energy, and independence. But we've seen today that they don't have to control your life. First, we uncovered why cramps hit harder with age: less flexible muscles, weaker circulation, mineral loss, and dehydration. Then we looked at the 5 foods that quietly make things worse: processed meats, sugary drinks, refined carbs, too much caffeine, and alcohol. After that, we flipped the script with 5 foods that truly support your muscles: leafy greens, potassium-rich fruits like bananas and oranges, nuts and seeds, fatty fish, and yogurt or calcium-rich alternatives. Finally, we turned it all into a daily action plan you can follow starting right now. The bottom line: small changes make a big difference. Swap the foods that drain you for the foods that feed your muscles, and combine them with hydration and simple habits like stretching. Seniors just like James and Margaret have already seen how these tweaks can transform their nights and days, and you can too. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. It really supports the channel. Subscribe to Senior Vic Health so you never miss the next step-by-step guide designed especially for people over 60. And before you go, drop a comment. Which food swap are you going to try first? I'd love to know, and your story may inspire someone else watching. Here's to calmer nights, stronger legs, and a healthier you.